It was May 28th, 2014, taking my baby into the pediatrician for a well check, and she was a week old at that point. And everything went great. Went to lunch with my sister that afternoon after we got done, came home, fed my baby, put her down for a nap, and I thought, well, I'll take a nap as well. In the middle of my nap, I remember sitting straight up, waking up, sitting straight up, and I was having a hard time breathing. I had a heavy chest, and I thought I was going to pass out. And my sister was home and was at my house at the time, and I called down to my sister, called 911. I feel like I'm going to pass out. The last thing that I can remember was getting to the emergency room, and I remember just asking them to help me, please help me. But what my husband told me is that the doctor took one look at my EKG and said, "You're having a heart attack." I do know that I was put on a heart and lung machine. Around the middle of the night, around 1 or 2 o'clock, they transported me up here to IMC.
In Ms. Duncan's case, the CardioHELP was implanted down in Provo very early in her course. And when she arrived here, from a physiological point of view, was not that catastrophically ill because the CardioHELP had already taken over her cardiac output. Her liver function test, we call it shock liver, were slightly elevated, but not nearly to the degree that most patients that we've taken care of. Her kidney function had a minor injury, but again, never developed renal failure, and her kidney function normalized very rapidly. And in fact, within 8 hours of her arrival at IMC, her lactate, one of the measures, laboratory measures we follow, had normalized. And so, other than the fact that she didn't have a heart that worked no longer worked, physiologically she was quite intact.
Our role is to primarily help manage these patients on these transports. We work with the Life Flight team to utilize the CPS or external VAD equipment to support them through the transport from the referring facility to IMC.
The advantage of the CardioHELP versus the jury-rigged systems that we used to do, and I would be explicit, it was jury-rigged, is that it's much easier to transport the patient safely. The CardioHELP is a nice compact unit. It fits into ambulances and life flight equipment. There's a number of good monitoring systems built into the device. And it's relatively easy to prime and sort of get going at whatever center that gets them implanted at.
It definitely makes managing the patient on the transport more comprehensive, and you have more parameters to address, so you feel like you have more assessments, diagnostic tools at your hand, so you can actually address what the issues are, whether it's oxygenation or whether it's volume or flow, whatever the problem is. You have more diagnostic tools at your disposal.